All right, folks, the bull market is back. Are you enjoying yourself yet? The bull market is back. And you know that Pablo has stayed bullish all this time. My lowest target for Bitcoin was 73K. It hit 74, and I said from there, we're going to get a bounce. At least the minimum is a bounce above 100K. We're at 96 right now, or even a blow off top cannot be discounted. That could still happen, even in the darkest days of the trade war. This is probably the most important episode. If you're going to watch any of my episodes, this is the one to watch, because I'm going to give you information on where Bitcoin is going to go in the next 3 to 4 months, where the stock market's going to go. And of course, we know that if the stock market goes up, then Bitcoin has a very good chance of following. Why am I bullish? This is actually not one of the big reasons, but we've been talking about it, so I'll start off with this. First of all, this is the first weekly confirmation above this massive downward trend line on the S&P 500, the largest stock index you can have. We confirmed close above there, right? We confirmed on the NASDAQ, right? And above this major support, right? And we confirmed on the QQQ. So in the short term, all of this can be a fake out. They can all pull back, right? And do a fake out, do a double dip. That can happen in the short term. But why am I bullish for the next few months? I call that the medium term, whatever you want to call it. I'll show you guys the evidence that I guarantee you nobody's talking about this for Bitcoin and crypto. This is where the longs and shorts are what they call the liquidity, where the liquidity is on Bitcoin. So basically you had all these shorts stacked around this 96, even 97K area. Bitcoin is going up to 96K, probably even up to 96.7, 96.8. Take out all the longs, right? The brighter the color, the more the shorts. The more shorts there are, because the futures funding rate is still negative. People are still shorting. And then when we think, oh my God, we're going straight to 100, then I think, boom, pop below. And we can see here, there's one at 90, one at 89.5. And likely to be more below there as well. So basically what happens, even in a bull market, is that they try to get you guys both ways. They try to get you on the way up and on the way down. So they will try to, the market makers will try to get you on the way up, on the way down. So basically a flush out of both the longs and the shorts. So I said gold would lead the run up. Look at this. Last time gold made this run up, gold topped, and the people who are holding gold sold their profits from gold from this massive run. And then they said, what else is like gold? Well, then buy some Bitcoin. Then Bitcoin went up, right? And well, this chart is graphed together with global liquidity. I made a video about 2 weeks back saying this is a bull crap indicator. Ignore this, just because it's not really that accurate, because last time it didn't work. So basically, I mean, yeah, like you can see here, global liquidity was still going up here, and yet Bitcoin's already topped back there. So we can't use that. But gold is useful. I've kept on saying gold will lead the way. Gold will lead the way. And there are other indicators. I'll show you guys another one that nobody is going to talk about for Bitcoin, because everybody is looking at the stock market. Because people who trade stocks, they talk about stocks. But I'm pretty sure for the guys who've been watching my videos and who are in my Discord will know that this is something that, Bitcoin's highly correlated to the stock market. Just look at the charts. This is a signal called extremely strong breadth in the past 3 days. So basically they have something called advanced decline line on the New York Stock Exchange. And the number of stocks advancing, meaning going up as opposed to going down, is over 70%. And that has happened 3 days in a row. Last time this occurred was in 2020. And that was like COVID. I think it was March 2020. And when that happens, basically, these are only the dates since 1950. This is the last 75 years in American stock market history. It's only happened like what? Like what is that? 15 times? Now look what happens 1 month later, 3 months later, 6 months later, and 12 months later. So basically, if we extend this to something like 3 months later, then the odds of the market going green, like up 5 to 10%, is very high. If you go 6 months from now, the odds of market going up 10 to even 20% higher, 10, 15, 20% higher is very high. It's like probably 80% chance. Then 12 months from now, it's like 95% chance, 92 to 95% chance that the market is going to be green and huge green, like 20, 10, 15% higher. That's big for the stock market. And on average, on the median, we look at the median, it's up 5% 6 months later and up 10% 6 months later. And the accuracy, it says, is 74% accurate. But I think it's more like 96%. It's actually more like 96% a year from now and 85% 6 months from now. But that's not all. But look at this. This is what they call super the week signal. This is even more rare. This has only fired like 8 times in the history of Bitcoin. We've just plotted this onto this chart. This is the Zwig signal, and we can see each time it fired, these are the green points, right? And what the stock market performance was like after it fired. These green dots are basically where these green dots are. These dates are. They've just put it on the on the chart. But I'll show you guys the Super Zwig chart. Okay, this is the Super Zwig chart, and it's even more rare. So what happens is basically this measures, again, it's a breadth measure. It's a measure using the 10-day EMA of how many New York Stock Exchange stocks are up, right? And this 10-day EMA would go from less than 35% to above 64% within a month, within 30 days. When it does that, it means the market's suddenly gone from very weak to very strong. And this signal has only fired, look how few times it fires, has only fired like once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times since 1963. So in the past 62 years, it's only fired 7 times. And look at each time it picks these panic bottoms, right? So, and we're kind of at a panic bottom right now. Personally, I don't think this is going to be a 2 or 3 year bull run. I think this is going to be a blow off top, something like 3 months at the shortest, 6 months more likely, 9 months at the longest. So basically anywhere between June to December, I think we're going to have that massive blow off, and it's going to end there. Most likely September, October, November, those are the 3 months that I would watch out for a top. Very bullish now, not because Bitcoin popped above 92K. I think it's going to go back below, as I told you guys, and freak everyone out and then bounce. And stock market is going to lead the move. Bitcoin and stock market is going to follow. Gold, the people who made money from gold are going to take profits out, put it into Bitcoin. And then people who made money from Bitcoin are going to sell when it gets to, I don't know, like when it gets above 109K, I don't know, maybe 120, 140, 150, maybe even higher. When it gets there, people in Bitcoin are going to sell and then take that money, dump it into Ethereum, dump it into ENS, XRP, Solana, and then it goes into Virtues and Fartcoin and all those smaller coins and the meme coins. And we're going to have that whole cycle. Altcoin season. I think it's finally here. Okay, get ready, guys. Don't miss my videos in the coming days. This is going to be big. I'll catch you guys next episode.